straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you can fire away.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sarah Leonard, and I am just here today to testify on behalf of myself and what has happened to me personally and what I've actually seen happen to many others. Because actually, since I arrived in Venice, I've had a journal, and it was just weird and coincidental that every time I started writing in my journal, something very inhumane and unjust would happen right in front of me as I was writing with the police. Every single time. It never failed. I'd start writing and it'd be a regular journal entry, and it would end up in a document of, like, me documenting just violating human rights, the violation, of human rights right in front of me. So I document it. It's all in all my journals and everything. And just the other day, it was, I think it was the 15th or 14th at 4:45 in the morning. I was like, just insanely woken up by the police to look around at like 15 people being arrested and all hemmed up like freaking pigs in a slaughterhouse, going into a paddy wagon, all for just sleeping. Innocently sleeping.
Where were you sleeping?
In the back pagoda back there.
Were you like on the beach or close to the beach?
No, we were on the sidewalk. We were all off of the sand. And it was like all of us happened to be the people that were sleeping. We weren't the people that were committing crimes or doing drugs, staying awake all night, or doing anything freaking offensive toward anyone. We were just living and being good people, and it was just really insane because they woke me up and it was like a joke to them. They were laughing, and they had the handcuffs. There were these insane plastic ties that were really thick, like this thick, and they were incredibly painful. And I complained to him, and one of the cops checked them because I kept asking over and over to check them. I'm like, these are so tight, please check them. And he like laughed, and he was like, these are on backwards. And he looked at another cop and he showed the other cop, and they were on backwards, and it was insanely painful. And he just left them that way. And all of us were taken to the jail, and none of us were fed until 4 o'clock or something like that. And I have like really low blood sugar, so it really affected me. And it was just insane how inhumane they were about it, because I was the only one that complained about any medical problems because I'm hypoglycemic. I have a really high metabolism and really low blood sugar. And they actually sent me to the nurse last. And when I got to the nurse, they tested my blood sugar, and it was really low. It was like 80, so it was just horrible that they freaking treated me like I was lying, and I was the only one that said I had a problem, and they sent me to the nurse last. It was just insane. And
so how long were you in jail?
I was in jail from Friday morning at 4:45 until Sunday morning at about 5:30. And it was crazy because they were supposed to let me out today, Monday, after I went to court, but instead they let me out yesterday and gave me a court date in September, on September 11th. So now if I don't go to that court date, I'll either have a $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail for this, which actually says on the beach after hours, and it's $100 bail on the beach after hours, $100 bail. And now they set me up to where I have a court date in September, and if I don't go to it, it'll be $1,000 fine or 6 months in jail.
So you got to stick around. You got to stick around.
Yeah, and I was planning on leaving because I have to go to my family and see my children, And it's insane. Just the way it's all a joke to them, really. Like, they don't even care. It's a joke. It's a game. They're all laughing continually, just cracking jokes about all of us, and saying things like, if we would have just been awake, we'd be fine. I was like, should I have just been awake and on drugs? Is that what you want me to do? Like, you want me to stay awake and stuff? They're like, yeah, you'd be fine then. And I asked them, actually, I'm like, so, like, why are you arresting all of us for sleeping when there's so much going on? I'm like, there are people being raped, robbed, murdered, killed. Houses are being broken into. Cars are being bashed up and broken into, you know, and people are on drugs. And we were the ones that got arrested. It's because they're so lazy. They'd rather go fill their quota and arrest people that they don't have to chase or anything like that. Less paperwork, you know, just more people, you know. And they're scared too, you know. They don't want to go after any violent offenders.
Right.
I told them, I was like, well, you know what, just to justify this for myself, after I get released, I might as well go and commit a crime to, you know, balance it out. I'm like, you know what, you got me on this, and I'm going to have to go do something to balance it out and justify my time in jail. And I also asked him, I'm like, so what? I'm like, does this go as credit toward my next offense? Like, can I use this time as credit? Actually, I'm leaving probably within a week or so, and I'm not going to make it to that court date. There's no way I can. And I don't really care. It's not like pleasing them in that sense has nothing to do with me. You know, it's not going to make me feel like a better person to go to their court date. I'm going to leave. I don't really care. It's just a major inconvenience to my to everything in my whole life because I have children that I have to get back to, you know.
Right.
I've been gone for like a month and a half.
Where are you going? Where are you going back?
Up to Humboldt County, to Arcata.
Okay.
That's where I've lived for like 7 years. And it just seems like they just do things like that on purpose. You know, they know exactly what they're doing.
Right, of course.
They called it part of the Safer City Initiative. And I'm like, so part of the Safer City Initiative is going and arresting people that are sleeping. And there is, right down the way where the basketball courts and the little police station thing are and the skate park and stuff.
Right.
There is so much crime. It's just, when you get over there, you just feel the nitty gritty.
Right,
you know, it's just, there's crack, smoking, friggin' people are fighting, alcohol everywhere, you know, like, even, you know, my friends are down there doing the same thing. I have friends that are over there, you know, I'm not, like, discriminating against that. I'm just saying, like, this is a much more peaceful area than over there. And it's just insane. It's so crazy. And they pinpoint all of us because they know that we're less of a fight to arrest and things like that.
Right.
It's unreal. It's just like, it's fascism.